This is absurd. This is irritating. Like, what is going on in Nigeria? Like right now, bandits, Boko Haram, herdsmen, they can even buy Nigeria soldiers and then showcase it on internet. Like, this has gotten out of hand. Why is Nigeria government protecting these terrorists, these bandits, and these herdsmen? Like, what is going on, my people? This is scaring because the only people we are hoping on that can protect us is Nigeria soldiers. And now, Boko Haram bandits are buying them. Then, where are we heading to? Why is Nigeria government not doing anything about this? And when you talk about Tinubu not, tackling the insecurity, their supporters, they will tell you that those things were there before Tinubu came in. Like, what is going on, my people? We are really, really in a big trouble in this country. Oh. Does it mean that Nigeria government cannot track these people? Why is Nigeria government protecting bandits and terrorists, even Fulani herdsmen? You guys saw what happened recently in Benue State. And before the same thing happened, everyone were shouting, Nigeria government, they were doing eye service. But just 2 days ago, even yesterday, the killings continues in Benue State. Take a look and see what a very dark man said in this video, as well as this lawmaker from Benue State, like what he has to say concerning the killings that are going on in Benue State. He said that even when, these Fulani herdsmen are buying people, when you contact the security agents, it will take them 2 hours, 3 hours. And before then, the Fulani herdsmen have already finished people. Like, what is going on? What is going on, my people? This is really, really scary, honestly. Very, very scary. Take a look, my people.
الشعر والحان القصيد حلقي فوق القمم حد السماء لا تجينا غير بالحذف الفريد.
It has gotten to the point where terrorists, they celebrate the buy of our Nigerian army for social media. I say that they celebrate where they shoot antelope. I say that they celebrate where they shoot bush pig. And we say that they display our Nigerian army as. It don't reach time. They know they hide them again. They push down. That a human being, that a person father. Our own Nigerian army. It don't reach time. Where these guys could they display them for media, they count scores. They know they hide them again. See the properties of the Nigerian army. They bunkers. Where they use taxpayers' money buy. And we get government for Nigeria. This war, we don't decide this war now for over many years. And we get government for Nigeria. When it reach time to show power, see which day, yeah. They won't come off Fubara for power. And so they send this dispatch army. Tinubu, and so they pack themselves, they send army. So what they do our guys for bush. And a person papa, and a person brother. They'll constantly use our own internet. They post them online, make we see. And we get government. And we get government. We get service chief. They get chief of air staff. They get chief of defense staff. They get Air Force Oga. They get Navy Oga. They get Inspector General of Police. And all these things, they happen, they disarm. But of course, the war will never stop. Why would the war stop? It can never stop. Where do they get chua from? Because without this war, a lot of them don't make money. All these boots, where did they import? The boots for the army. The vest for the army, the bulletproof for the army, the guns, the bullets. They make a lot of money from that. So the war can never stop. The war will never stop. Small Boko Haram. Yeah. They use and do politics. Till tomorrow. See our army, bro. This is the state of my country. Meanwhile, a person go post on Instagram about one big man. They go tracking IP. What he take post down. They go track him, they go catch him. They say defamation of character. Say one big man, they vex. They go detain you, they'll carry you. DSS, they show power for normal citizens body. DSS, they show power. Yeah, you talk against social person, boom, treason. They'll carry you, they'll go and lock you up. They'll say it's treason, bro. That's the Nigerian army there, bro. Also watch 2027 election, they come now. They'll gather them. Yes, may they protect politicians. They will use the army, stay the rig. They remember the army when they want to use them. Because let's take away the uniform. These are human beings. You understand? Take away the uniform. These are human beings. And meanwhile, they are not even being paid what they are worth. They are not being paid what they are worth. They send them, use them till they do politics. They use them till they cash out. That's what they use them for. Nothing more. On each time where they use camera, bro.
First of all, let's get an update about the death toll and those affected. We heard the governor saying yesterday that he just came out from meeting with the security agencies, and the death toll counting so far is somewhere around 23, 27. But we're also hearing from other platforms that the death toll could be higher, maybe double the amount, the number that has been attributed. What exactly is the situation? And tell us also about those affected and the current state of things in Akpa constituency in Benue State.
Thank you. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, Channel. Good morning, Benue State. And good morning, Akpa State constituency where I come from. And I thank Channel for this opportunity given to me this morning to answer some questions or to explain what is going on in my constituency.
We seem to have network challenges through to Honorable Moro. We'll try to fix that and continue with the conversations. But we know that we must keep our eyes on Benue and continue to ask critical questions of authorities, both at the state and at the national level. We've had concerns not just from Akpa, but in other communities in Benue State in recent times. And some of the reports coming through suggest that, operatives only arrive, to count the death. So what exactly is the situation of security as far as that is concerned? We have Honorable Umoru back now. Honorable Umoru, please go ahead with your thoughts.
Yes. The security situation in Benue State is alarming. The Ankali in a Diku ward, which is my immediate council ward, were attacked on Sunday. And as I can tell you, there's nobody presently in that community because they ran away for their life. Over 11 persons were buried and one is still missing. And about 5 of them are critically ill and receiving treatment in the hospital. And as I can tell you, this is not the first time my local government or my constituency has been attacked. There have been pockets of killing since March this year, and even last year as well. And we don't know where this thing is coming from. As we speak, our people are dominantly farmers. No one can go to farm in my village, or in every community in about 6 council wards in our local government. They cannot go to farm. Even the yam they planted about 500 meters from their village, The Fulani herdsmen goes there, uproot this and put in their sacks and took it to wherever they want to do. People cannot go to farm, they cannot plant anything, so we are just helpless.
Honorable Moro, is the death toll 33 or 43? Let's be clear on that.
Well, I'm speaking on my own local government. I was on ground yesterday as early as 7:30 a.m. I was in my my local government, and the people that were buried is 11 and 1 missing, and 7 are critically ill receiving treatment in various hospitals in the council, and some are taken to Odupo Teaching Hospital.
Now, we'll get more on that later on, but we heard the governor saying yesterday that security operatives have been directed to relocate to those areas. But the real questions, because there have been attacks in other parts of Benue. In March, there were attacks in Kwande local government area, and we can mention others since the beginning of the year in Benue State. So the question is, what happened to intelligence? What happened to the deployment of security operatives to be permanently stationed in these areas? Honorable Moro.
Well, the security is always arriving the scene when what the headers or have done, and which has no any impact on our people any longer. Because when we cry for help, nobody is there. I can tell you, we have some army stay in some community who are not far from this place that this attack happened on Sunday, and they were not there. It took them over 2 hours after the people that perpetrated the act has left the community. So when they arrive, there is nothing they will come to do. They have done what they want to do, and they have left the community. And this is not the first time. It happened in Akpete, in Apa local government. About 6 persons were lost. Kidnapping on the farm, on the road, raping of our mothers and our sisters is ongoing every day as I speak to you. So we are helpless. And this is a state that will have anti-grazing law, anti-open grazing law. And we don't know what is happening. I can tell you, my community is helpless. My constituency is helpless. Every now and then you receive a call from them. What are you doing? What are you doing to protect them? Mine is to make law, and the executive is to implement. I'm coming to the House of Assembly for the second term, and when I came, we have this law and the open grazing law, which it has not been enforced. I think is one of our problems. The law, the executive has to completely enforce this law.
Coincidentally, Honorable, you're a member of the State House of Assembly. So if government in that sense, because you're also government, because an arm of government is saying that they are helpless, I'm wondering what the persons in our power will be saying in this sense. So when you say you're helpless, what exactly do you mean? Is it that there is no resolution to insist? Because there's a legislation, there's an act, I guess, passed by the House of Assembly, maybe assented to by a governor, either this governor or his predecessor. So what exactly is the reason or the inability here to be able to enforce a law that, in your view, could help curb some of these attacks?
I can't hear you well, sir.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I'm saying you're a member of the State House of Assembly. That bill is not a bill anymore, it's an act of law in the State House in the Benue State. So when you say you are helpless, what exactly do you mean by you're helpless? As somebody in government, is it that the House of Assembly cannot insist that the governor has to implement the anti-grazing law if that's what will at least bring some level of succor?
Yes, as a House of Assembly member, the law has been passed. It's for executive to implement the law. I have no power to implement the law. And the law, this law, before we resumed as an assembly member, it received the attention of the public hearing. And it was completely agreed by the Benue indigenes that anti-open grazing law must stay. So it's for the state government and the executives to make sure that this law is enforced. Because the last time on this your program, I heard the governor of Nasarawa State saying that some of this law, the condition of the law has been relaxed. And that is why, I believe that is why this planning has taken over the whole community. But I don't know when the House of Assembly has relaxed any condition in this law as we speak.
Honorable, my question again, I'm going to rephrase it. So it's simple. The Constitution says in Section 14 that the most primary responsibility of any government is to ensure the security and safety of lives and property, just paraphrasing. And if a law has been passed by the State Assembly and there's a governor seated, quote and unquote, who is unable to protect his own people because of the resurgence of attacks, whether in collaboration with the federal government, inability to do that, what should the State House of Assembly do to that governor?
Well, I think as the crisis continue, we'll have to go back to the drawing board as an assembly member and have a rethink of what to do. Because it's not happening to only my constituency as APA, it's all over the state. In Kwande, in Logo, in Kasinala, in Makodi, in Otupo. As I speak to you, very few local government that have not have these security challenges. So we definitely have to go to drawing board and ask ourselves, what next? And to call our people together and seek their opinion as well.
Because we wonder how long that will last. Because while you're thinking about it, your people are still vulnerable to attacks, and perhaps many more, we hope not, may be sacrificed during that time. But give us a vivid picture about security in Benue State amid this security challenge. The governor inaugurated the Benue Civil Protection Guard last year. At other times, he has presented gadgets, motorcycles, and other forms of gadgets to the Civil Protection Guards in Benue State. Why are these, security outfits in collaboration with the police unable to protect communities in Benue State? What do police stations look like in proximity to these states that are constantly vulnerable to attacks?
Well, the governor have a civil protection guard inaugurated last year, equipped them with the necessary equipment, and he's trying his best. But I think he need to say that this problem is alarming and is overwhelming him. Yesterday, he mobilized the commissioner of police, the DG, the director of SSS, and all security personnel. They were there. In fact, I had a contact with the one-on-one with the commandant of Operation White Stroke, which is one arm of soldier here in Benue, and who graciously even mobilized some troops to go there. But however, they are responding to or respond to this distress is not encouraging. Why are you going when the people who call to you that this place is attacked, this place is under attack? It took you time. Is it that there is no mobility, or is it that there is no anybody to go? Is it when the whole thing that the people have been killed that you go there to save who? When you go to my place yesterday, my sister, I was ashamed of myself. But what would I have to do? The governor is aware of this. He picked my call the very day this thing happened on Sunday, and I told him this is what is happening in my place. He asked me that I should send the name of the community and also the coordinates, which I did immediately.
All right, Honorable, so let's talk about, I'm wondering what makes these places or these areas quite vulnerable. So maybe you describe the landmass or the area for us. Is it that it's part of one of those, is it ungovernable spaces, ungoverned spaces if you can, if you will, or is there no police station? What exactly is needed urgently in that sense to be able to help? Because it's almost worrying and tiring, which is why I asked you the first question I asked. We've had conversations on Benue for years now. And I'm worried that we may invite another House of Assembly member, a local government chairman, a member of the cabinet in government, or even the governor himself, to talk about another set of deaths in the coming weeks or months. These are people's lives. I think it's time for us to be serious with people's lives. The value of human life is abysmally low in our country. So what exactly has to be done to check this?
I think the government need to still sit up. What I mean by sit up, the security agency need to be well funded with a modern gadget. And also they should stand up and react or respond to a distress call when the need arises. If not, there me sitting here, there will be nothing like my community, there will be nothing like my village any longer. The children cannot go to school, they cannot do anything. So the problem is alarming in Benue State. It's not only our local government. Even for me to leave or to go to my local government, which is about 37 kilometers or 40 kilometers thereabout, I dare not apply that road in the night for fear of kidnapping, for fear of killing. Imagine when I was going around for campaign, I go around without security. Now I finish the campaign, I cannot go home without security. Is that what I want to represent my people for?
I think we should
And these
try
people
to.
are moving around with AK-47. People have a day gun, and I don't know why that the security personnel cannot apprehend person with AK-47, using it to terrorize community every day, every night. Is not too healthy for this country.
From what you describe, sounds like there's a conspiracy against your people and others. I know Gwe West was also affected. There were killings in Gwe West as well, and in Akwa. So speak to us about the thinking of the people. And I know, as you said, the people have tried as much as they can to protect themselves, but clearly the enemy has superior firepower. So what are you thinking in terms of, do you think this is a conspiracy to push your people away, to grab their lands? What exactly are the options you're considering on the table now?
The option that are considering on this table to make sure that our people who are dominantly farmer to return back to their ancestral home, federal government or the state government should look for a ranching land for them so that they do ranching, which is which other country is practicing. Not this one that they are wondering about, spoiling other people's means of livelihood. They cannot go to farm. So how long are we going to be under this menace? How long? And the primary aim of any government is to protect life and property of the citizen. But now the property cannot be protected. Even the life cannot be protected. You are talking about property. Because you need to be alive before you have your property. First of all, let them even protect the life first before the property as it is. Nobody is in any community. So how the property you are protecting the property for whom?
So there are those who are calling for a state of emergency in some of these areas in Benue State because of the insecurity, the killings we've seen time and again, because they suspect or fear that there will be some more killings in the nearest future. Is that something you support, a state of emergency as well? Just basically root out these attackers, as you call them? Is that something you'll be supporting if you would end insecurity or at least reduce it to the barest minimum?
If the state of emergency is the option, why can't they not send their troop now? Why state of emergency? Send the troop now to stop the killing. Is it the state of the emergency that will be the solution? Is it not security that will come and take over for the state of emergency? So let us security come now and do what they want to do. I don't think it's the state of emergency that is the problem. If you know that the state of emergency is coming, in the security to deploy more security to the state. Why not deploy the more security to the state now? So I don't understand. I don't think the state of emergency should be the option. It's deployment of more troops to the state that will be the option for now.
But Honorable Moro, there's responsibility at every level, even at your own state assembly level as well. So if the governor has not summoned enough courage to demand more security, in the immediate term rather than the long term from the federal government, what should the state assembly be doing? As we've asked earlier, how much time do the people of Benue have to wait for the state assembly to re-strategize and demand accountability from the executive?
Well, I think, like that is what I said in the persistence, that we need to go back to the drawing board. This issue is an issue that the state governor should look up beyond the political party. He should look up to the people of Benue to call a critical stakeholder meeting and let them take a decision and ask questions. It's not for one to sit at his comfort of his own and say we're on top of the situation, every day. This time is the time that all Benue sons and daughters, irrespective of the political party or affiliation, to come together. That otherwise the Benue will be taken over by this armed bandit. And I don't think that they are for any headmen any longer. It's gone beyond that. If they are using a cow to perpetrate this act by using it as a cover, then the security agencies should deal decisively with them.
Honorable Moro, how long do Benue people have to wait for the State Assembly to demand accountability from Governor Alia to protect the people of Benue State, by extension also asking questions of the federal government? How long?
We have been asking these questions. Motion upon motion has been moved, and that is why we are on recess now before this ugly incident took place in Way West and my own constituency Apa on Sunday. And I believe I returned back from the village yesterday night. And this morning after this your interview, I'm going straight to meet the speaker. All right. We should call on for recess, and then because I cannot sit alone to take a decision on behalf of the 32 members.
All right, Honorable, let's be very clear. This sounds to me, and perhaps for everyone watching, like ineffective oversight on the executive, because you have the knife and you have the yam in your hands to insist on how your people should be protected. So let's get back to the people. Isn't it time for the people to protect themselves? Would you want a situation where people will now be able to maybe bear arms? Because we keep saying, cannot be in my sleep and somebody comes to kill me. That, if I can help myself, that's not going to happen.
Buche eine Ferienunterkunft, die deine größten Träume erfüllt.
Not happen. But there's a law in Nigeria that as to who can bear and not bear arms. Isn't it time the legislation should begin to push for some level of self-protection? People cannot just be sleeping and they are slaughtered in their sleep. Don't you think so?
I totally agree with you, because the situation is very alarming. That even me, I cannot go to my community, to my constituency to sleep. then I should get armed for myself. Before you kill me, if I can kill you, I'll kill you. I totally agree with you because at this point, there is nothing anybody can do with a day gun in your hand. And these people come with a certificated gun. And in 3 days ago, in Ikobi, which was one of the council ward in my place, 2 soldiers were murdered and their guns were being carted away by these Fulani men. It's not a lie. About 2 years ago, 2 soldiers were killed in my own community of Apa when they came to rescue to make sure that our community will not be attacked. They were being murdered. We're saying that the military authority is not aware of this. They are aware.
So, Honorable Moore, are you saying that these attackers are more superiorly armed than the security agents, even the army?
The army should ask themselves. I'm not the one to answer that question. You understand? If they say they are coming to grazing and then they are killing, and they are killing army, they are killing the communities, they are killing everybody, then the military should answer that question. I'm not in position to answer that question. Whether they have more sophisticated weapon than the military. They are the one to answer that question. Because when you ask them, they say they are deployed there not to shoot anybody. They are bring there to protect life and property. Your people, your army is being killed. You are still there saying you are protecting property. You are here to bring peace. Where is the peace?
All right, Honorable Moru. A lot is expected from all elected representatives from Benue State as far as the security challenge is concerned, either the executive or the State Assembly. So we're going to be bringing you back expectedly, particularly to follow up on your resolve to push for a legislation on the people to protect, for the people to protect themselves. But we must anchor the conversation at this point with hopes that when we come back here, we'll be reporting good news from Benue rather than attacks. And we must hope against hope. We've been talking with Honorable...
Hold on. To speak to me now, there is shooting going on at one of my community. It's called Odubo. Right now, planning herdsmen, they are there uprooting the yam, the seed yam they have planted. As I sit here talking to you, I received that call. And the protest is going on right now in Apa local government over this killing and displace of our people from their ancestral home. As I speak to you now, gunshot is going on in Odubo, 2 kilometers away from Opa, which is my community.
So the security agencies should take this as a tip and ensure that they respond to that attack. And this is an honorable representing the people giving the update now. So we're calling on security agencies to respond swiftly to that. Thank you very much for that heads up.
Welcome to Chamrasi News TV.